What's going on, guys? Flying Busy here, and we're back for another Pokemon Masters video, and this one is going to be something I haven't done before, and I wanted to do this for a while. And now with Palkia and Pokemon Masters, I could do a list like this, because it would have been weird to have a list with just 4 legendary Pokemon. I mean, we could have done it anyways, but with Palkia in here, at least there's more of a list to make. And of course, in the future, I'll make an updated one when there's even more legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Masters. So right now, this is going to be one for legendary Pokemon event only. So, like the legendary events, of course. Like, who knows? Maybe in the future, we might get summonable legendary Pokemon. Who knows? Anything could happen. But this is going to be my list. Of course, my list is going to be different from other people's lists, because this is going to be based on opinions. And, yeah. So, we're just going to get into it and start with it. So, we're going to go with the very first legendary event Pokemon. So, that was Mewtwo. So let's actually go with Mewtwo right here, look at his stats and everything, and I have all this pulled up for this video specifically. So here's Mewtwo. He is a special striker and his weakness is dark. His gender is genderless, of course, but that doesn't really matter. So so these are his stats right here at level 120. He has 488 HP. Attack is 359, defense 96, but the defenses don't really matter just because they're a striker. So yeah, and then we have his special attack at 440. Like, that is crazy. And he's the second hardest, like, he has the second highest special attack stat in the game. Like, that's crazy. Of course, the highest would be Charizard, I would think so. But wait, actually no. I don't know what these ranks are for, but anyways. And then his special defense is 96, just like his physical, and then his speed is 390, and his bulk is 369. So right away we can tell that Mewtwo is insane when it comes to special attack. Like, it's crazy. Like, they made him like really busted in terms of that. But then we go to his moveset, and he has Confusion, Psychic, Nowhere to Hide, and Shadow Ball. And like, for his Nowhere to Hide, all he does is raises his evasiveness, and sharply raises his critical hit rate, and you can only use that twice. So, like, you're not even gonna get Mewtwo's max crit, but that's like with all strikers anyways, unless you're like Charizard or Garchomp, like where, or Alolan Sandslash as well, where when like they're in certain conditions, they can get their crit maxed out with just themselves, buffing themselves. But Charizard, he just naturally gets max crit right away. So yeah, Charizard, again, being like the best Pokemon, I would say. But yeah, Mewtwo, he doesn't increase his special attack. Like, his special attack is already very high as it is. But with him being like a free-to-play legendary Pokemon, like, they could have at least gave him the move where like, he increases his special attack, because then at least he still would have been a little bit more relevant for today's era of Pokemon Masters. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still very, very good, and with support, he's definitely going to be very good and hit very hard as well. But the thing is, like, with him being at base 440 without being able to raise his own stats on his moves, like, it's not that great compared to other Pokemon that are able to do this as well. Because, like, let's say like, let's say, for example, Starmie. Like, Starmie, let's say, has 390 special attack, which Starmie doesn't, but let's just use him as an example. Starmie has 390, and then Starmie has a special attack increase on his moveset. And that 390 could easily turn into, like, 430, for example. So, like, with those special attack increases, Starmie is going to be able to do so much more damage. And that's what holds Mewtwo back, because if you have a stat increase to that, that leaves an extra spot open on your team that could buff up Mewtwo other ways. Like, for example, giving him more defense so that he's able to tank a little bit more, or increase his speed. So, like, that's the thing with Mewtwo. Like, he doesn't increase his special attack, so like, it's just sort of holding him back a little bit. So, like, when it comes to certain events, Mewtwo has to rely on support Pokemon to buff him and do what he's able to do so that he can reach his maximum potential. So for that, honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I know Mewtwo is still very, very good, but the thing that's sort of holding him down is him not being able to raise his special attack. So for that, I'm gonna have to place him in the B tier. Now, he's very, very good, of course. Like I said that already. He's very good. But this is my list, right? So like the thing that makes him a drag or like annoying for me to when I use him is having to bring or making sure I have a support type Pokemon to go with Mewtwo to make sure that his special attack and his like him doing damage is going to be at the max potential for him. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, the evasiveness is super good, but like really, how often like is that really going to help? Like I'd rather him increase his special attack over getting a chance for the opponent to miss an attack on my Mewtwo. So yeah, so for all that, Mewtwo is going to be placed in the B tier. And yeah, so who knows? Maybe with his Sync Grid expansion, like if they decide to give him like these Pokemon a grid expansion, he'll be a lot better. Like of course he's going to be a lot better regardless because he's going to get stat increases even further. So yeah. So the next Pokemon we're going to go in with is Solgaleo. Solgaleo, one of my favorite Pokemon. And here he is. His stats right here actually looking pretty good too, of course. So his, this stupid site. Okay. So his HP is sitting at 529, attack 369, physical defense 156. So he's able to take a little bit better than Mewtwo, of course. And then his special attack is 315, physical special defense is 150, and speed 259, and bulk is 498. So all around, he is going to be able to tank a lot better than Mewtwo. But in terms of damage, Solgaleo is actually going to be a little bit like he'll be more consistent. I would say he would be more consistent, just for the fact that he's able to actually raise his stats. For whatever you want to use him for. Like if you want to use him for a special attacker for that Focus Blast, then you can. And if you want to increase his physical attack, you can, because of his Bright as the Sun drastically raises the user's attack and special attack and accuracy. So that is super good. And then you have his Sunset Strike, which is an amazing Steel type move. I would say like visually it's very appealing too. And then on his Metal Claw, he has a small chance of raising his attack as well. So like, Solgaleo is definitely an offensive Pokemon. And like the one thing I really like about him is that you could actually like increase your stats. So like I said, he's gonna be more consistent because then at least you could bring other sync pairs in to like buff up his defense so that he's able to tank more. And just overall, like I think Mewtwo, like Solgaleo is gonna be a lot better than Mewtwo, like in more events. And his sync move at most, like when you power it up all the way, like 5 out of 5, it's gonna go up to 300, which is still very, very good. But I would probably say Solgaleo is better just because he's able to tank better. He's able to raise his stats like for whatever you need to use it for, physical or special. Like he has 2 typing moves, and and all legendary event Pokemon have 2 typing moves anyway. So like his special attack or physical attack isn't going to be nearly as high as Mewtwo when they're both at their full potential with everything raised. But overall, I feel Solgaleo is more consistent in terms of like him being solo. So like because he's able to raise his stats, so he's gonna be able to just consistently hit the same amount with like a good amount with just himself. So with Solgaleo being able to raise his own stats and everything, I'm gonna have to again, like he's gonna be in the B tier with Mewtwo because like they're both very strong. But Mewtwo, okay, you know what? I'm gonna place Solgaleo in the C tier, and then Mewtwo will stay in the B tier. Like don't get me wrong, Solgaleo is super good, but Mewtwo is better just because at their max, Mewtwo is gonna outperform Solgaleo just because when he gets that special attack increase from support, like he's gonna be doing an insane amount of damage. So that's something you can't bypass on Mewtwo. So yeah, Solgaleo is gonna be in the C tier. And the next one I'm gonna go in with is Hooh. One of the least favorite Pokemon in the legendary stages in Pokemon Masters. Like he's generally not really a favorite of mine. Like even in the main series game, he is like his design I'm not too crazy about. not too crazy about that. But Silver I like a lot. But Ho-Oh is a physical striker. I actually thought he was a special. That's pretty weird. But anyways, these are Ho-Oh's stats: 553, 224 physical attack. Oh, my phone's gonna die. 300, 130 defense. Oh, jeez, imagine him being at 300 defense. That would have been nuts. But his special attack is at 204, special defense 131, and speed 231. And his overall bulk is 462. But like his stats do seem very low right now. But when you have him in the sun, those stats will be a lot higher. Like they're gonna be a lot higher. So like when you're in the sun, his stats will increase 50%. So his physical attack is gonna be 324. Actually no, 348 because of the 50%. So like it's gonna be oh wait, no, yeah, it's gonna be around 300 anyways, like around 310 or something like that. So Ho-Oh is gonna be a lot stronger when he's in sun because of the 50% increase, and with his abilities and everything too. So that's something you don't want to hold back on Ho-Oh, because like a lot of people see his stats and he's like, oh, he's so weak, look at his stats, like not even at 300 for a legendary Pokemon. But you got to realize that when he sync moves, he gets a sun active because of his passive. Powers up moves when in the weather is sun. Like, I mean, it's going to be a little bit more than 50% because of his ability for the stat increase. But like when he sync moves, he releases the sun, as we all already know anyways. But like Ho-Oh, he's very good because he also removes frozen condition from the user, has a good chance of leaving the target burned as well on his sync move. So he's able to do quite a bit on his sync move. And then with his abilities, like I'll show you, raises the user's evasiveness and critical hit rate. These stats are sharply raised when the weather is sunny. So if you use this when you're in sunny day or in the sun, his stats will be increased even more, which is one of those Pokemon. And he has Solar Beam, which is a very strong grass type move. And then he has Sacred Flare, which sharply raises his special, lowers his special attack. So that's the thing. Like Ho-Oh is super good, but you need to know how to use him and where to use him. Like he's supposed to be a physical attacker, but that Sacred Fire. Oh wait, no. Okay, my bad. So the Sacred Fire that he actually uses, that's his actual move that you could use, and it's a 3-bar move. And then his his Power Hungry Sacred Fire sync move is the one that causes the sun. So yeah, like Ho-Oh, I don't really use him that much, but I know he's very good. And like these are his moves. We already saw that. Like his stats like do seem underwhelming, but he's very good. He's definitely good. I don't use him that much, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to put him in the C tier with Solgaleo, just because like I don't use him. And like there's better fire type Pokemon that I'd rather use than Ho-Oh. So like with so many fire types, Ho-Oh is just sort of left like should I use him or should I not? Because there's like Charizard, there's Infernape now. Like there's quite a bit of Pokemon. Like I can't name them all off by heart just because like I don't know them all off by heart. So. But yeah, so we have Solgaleo, Ho-Oh in the C tier, and then Mewtwo in the B tier. And then now we're going to go with Rayquaza. Rayquaza is another Pokemon that I actually don't really use that often, because I don't have him. Because when his event came out, that's when I took my little hiatus from Pokemon Masters, because I lost my original account. So I was just like, alright, I'll take a little bit of a break from Pokemon Masters because I don't feel like grinding up everything right now after losing everything. So yeah. Don't have Rayquaza, so I'm basically just going off of the stats charts and everything from Rayquaza and videos that I've seen. So I know he's decent, but yeah. So anyways, his HP is 506, physical attack 347, physical defense 137, special attack 347, special defense 136, and his speed 234, and his overall bulk is 456. So like from his stats, he's not bad. Like, if you want him to be a special attacker, you can, because his physical and special is going to be the exact same. And now, let's look at his moves. He has Outrage, Aerial Ace, which is actually very good because it never misses. Stellar Imagination, so this removes the confused and flinch and trap conditions from the user, sharply raises the user's attack and special attack, raises the user's speed and accuracy, so he raises a lot, but then he's like Charizard, so he loses his defense and special defense. So like you pick what you want. So like there's better dragon types in the game too, so like, but we're just ranking these based on just the legendary event Pokemon. But with him lowering his defense and everything, like it's just not that great. Like I don't like that. I'm not a fan of Pokemon that like lowers their defense, because then they're not going to be in the battle as long. So like when they get hit by an AoE attack, you can say goodbye. Literally, you could just say goodbye to them. So that's why I'd rather have defense. Now you could sort of counteract that with having support and upping Rayquaza's defense after they've been lowered, because you only have 2 uses on this, so you're only going to be down 2 stages on his defenses anyways. So then you could just counteract that and just go full defense support and bring him up all the way up again. So it's not a big deal, but like you really have to go out of your way to make sure that Rayquaza doesn't get damaged. So like, and with his defenses not being that high already, like he's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. So yeah, like if he was able to Mega Evolve, then that would have been nuts. He would have been super good, of course, like as all and most Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Masters. But I don't know, Rayquaza, I'm probably going to have to place him in the C tier also. Like what even happened? Why did, oh no, don't tell me it crashed. Okay, thank God. Thank God it didn't crash or erase everything. But anyways, so we have Solgaleo, Ho-Oh, and Rayquaza in the C tier, and then the only one in B tier is Mewtwo. And now we're on to Palkia, the newest addition to the legendary event family. And I'm gonna just say this right now, Palkia is literally the best one off of this, so like we don't even have to do anything there. We're just gonna place Palkia in the A tier. So I'm probably being a little bit biased here with Palkia, because Sinnoh is literally my favorite region, and it's the most fun game I've played out of Pokemon. And Palkia is like literally one of my favorite dragon types and legendary Pokemon in the Pokemon series. Dialga is on top of Palkia for my list, but we don't have him in Pokemon Masters, and he's not a legendary event Pokemon right now. So yeah, but Palkia is easily in the A tier. Easily in the A tier, and it's pretty obvious because like he's so good. Minus the fact that he lowers his HP when you up his stats, but like just like Solgaleo, you can up his stats to the max. So like for Palkia, he's a special attacker, so you can literally up his special attack to stage 6 right away, which is great, and then you just have support. Like, as in most teams are going to have a healer anyway, so that's not going to be a problem for Palkia. You're not going to go out of your way to heal him. So, like, that's why Palkia is going to be in the A tier for obvious reasons. He has Critical Strike 9 on his passive, which is super good, and then you can get a Lucky Skill for Critical Strike 3 and raise it to Critical Strike 12 in total. And he has a high chance of getting a crit on his Spatial Ren. Like he just does so much damage for a legendary free-to-play Pokemon that like you can't pass that up. And that's why I'm placing him in the A tier. He's just so good compared to everyone else here, especially like Rayquaza, Solgaleo, Ho-Oh. Like Mewtwo is sort of controversial because like he's still super good to this day if you have proper support with him. But I feel Palkia is better than Mewtwo just because of the Critical Strike 9. And you could add more Critical Strike on his Lucky Skill too, which I do, and he does a lot of damage. So, yeah. That is my list. Let me know what your list is, like who would be in your A tier, B tier, and C tier. Or in D tier, E tier, F tier, whatever. It's your list, have fun. But that'll be it for my list. Again, it might be a little bit biased, but this is my list, so this is how I feel. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of your list. Share your list, and what do you think of my list? Let's talk about it. There's gonna be more legendary Pokemon coming out in the future, so by then, maybe Pokemon might drop down to the B tier, or he might stay in the A tier with added Pokemon. And if they decide to add in Synchronous for these Pokemon, maybe Solgaleo, Mewtwo, whoever is going to bump up to the A tier as well. So only time will tell. But that'll be it for this video, and I will see you guys later.